Welcome back, everybody. Ben, 406 Garage. See the old service truck in the background there? Today's episode is going to be something really cool. I never filmed this when I first got this item, and I'm going to have Patrick, the editor, we're going to see if we can drop some pictures in the video somewhere, somehow, of when I originally rescued International Harvester truck dealer sign out of Fairbanks, Alaska. Now this sign was from we believe was the late 40s or early 50s, and it was porcelain with neon, and it had been taken down sometime. The guy that I got it from said he thought it was taken down sometime in the 90s. I found a few black and white photos of it, but it's, few and far between. So what today is I sold that sign several years ago to a very good friend and collector, and he restored that sign back to original OEM new. He left the kind of the patina fade to it, but the porcelain was redone, the neon was relaced, all the wiring and power and everything was redone, and it's really, really nice. And it hangs inside his shop, where he's got a collection of International Harvester trucks and Travelalls and Scouts and semi trucks, several trucks of which I sold him. So when he approached me about buying it, I was very reluctant because I knew I would never get another one. It was a one of one sign. International Harvester, if you guys don't know, back then, especially in the remote locations, they would have companies make the signs for the dealerships, and it would be a local sign company. They would give them basically the blueprints, and they would give them the basic layout of what, certain items that needed to be on the sign. But local sign companies would make them, especially for those far out places. So, Fairbanks, Alaska, clearly out in the middle of nowhere, they had a local sign company make that sign. So there's not another one. We do know that for sure. Until now. So today, my friend John is going to be coming up here shortly. And John used to own a sign company in Southern California. He has since sold that company and retired, but he still contracts them to build stuff for him from time to time. So 2 or 3 years ago, when I sold this sign, I told John about it because he's a sign collector, and he wanted to hear the history and the story of it, and he thought it was really cool. And he said, wouldn't it be neat if we could recreate that sign with modern materials and modern lighting, but using the look of the old sign? So I said, I think that's great, but I have no idea how to do that. And he said, well, I do. That's what I've done for most of my life. So John and I got photographs of the original sign. We got all the measurements, front to back, top to bottom, inside and out, where the seams were, where the power box was, where the access ports were, how the sign mounted to the wall and everything. And John was very meticulous about that. So we got all that stuff. I gave it to John, and John put it in his computer and came up with some CAD drawings, some sort of rough sketches, and we sent those to the sign company. Sorry, not we, John sent those to the sign company. The sign company then had their engineers. They do engineered drawings because it has to hang off of a post, and it has to be in the weather, and it has to have power. So their engineers did an engineered set of drawings for it, sent those to John. John looked at them, I looked at them. We sort of proofed them together, and then John created those into building plans and sent them to the sign company, and the sign company started building it. That was a little over a year ago. So today, that sign and all of its pieces are on the back of John's truck and trailer, and he's on his way over here right now. And we are going to install this sign today, and you guys are going to see it for the first time. So we're going to drop some photos and pictures of the old sign in this video so you guys can get a comparison of old to new. And it's not identical perfect, but it is dang close. And I am super, super excited that we're able to recreate this and put it on the shop. So when you pull up to the shop, and you'll see the sign, and it's pointing in to the dealership or parts and service or whatever you want to call it. So it's really neat. I'm very grateful. We're not doing another one. Don't ask. It is not cost effective to do this at all, and I'm not doing another one. So don't even put it in the comments or anything. It's not happening. However, I hope you guys enjoy this episode and are able to appreciate how cool it was to recreate this sign from Fairbanks, Alaska. Here we go. All right, here's John. He's got lots of stuff on that trailer. There's Lucy greeting him. Oh yeah. Now, all that stuff on the trailer is not mine, but some of it is. There's the sign right there. Yeah. Hey! Hurt somebody. Oh, let's see how we do.
Did you get that on film?
Oh, I'm getting it all right now. There you
Spike
go.
Just got me right where it counts.
Oh, she did?
Oh, it doesn't? Here, come forward. We'll throw something under the car. That's good now that it's that well. Pull it over. I mean, like lift it up, get it on there, set it on its bottom, and then we'll unwrap it. Okay. Or actually, you know what we might do is set it up. I'm going to set it up right on there and unwrap it first. So,
On your rack? Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Blast it up off of here.
How heavy do you figure it is?
100 pounds.
Oh, so it's not horrible. It's aluminum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has, you know, pretty
Bracing
substantial
and
framing inside.
Plus electrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see how the raised letters with the lights show up at nighttime.
Dude, they're so bright.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell, but
It was where you saw it in that photo. The room had big skylights and it was sunny outside.
yeah.
So it didn't really get us very far. Okay, so we're going to carefully pivot around those blocks
Pivot around which way?
towards you. Now, one thing I gotta tell you is, you feel these bumps?
Yes.
Those are the push
are
throughs.
letters.
Don't push on them. You can grab on this.
How about I just lift underneath?
Just yeah,
Like
just
this.
should just slide. I'll do the same on the back.
We're about 6 inches from the edge of the trailer.
We're good. Stop there. I'll just bring my end around.
Oh, you lost the
Okay.
block.
It's okay. I'm gonna grab a bucket. And then I'll keep coming my way.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
you steady it. I'm gonna get most of this wrapping off of here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep. So I did my intro to the video and was talking to the people of YouTube over there, telling them about the sign, and we're going to drop some pictures. I actually have pictures of it, not on the building originally, but before it got crated up when it was right in the barn, basically.
I've never even seen those.
Yeah, I'll show them to you. Then I had pictures of it crated, and I had pictures of it in my truck, and then pictures of it on a forklift as it was unloaded out of my truck. Never even made it to my house.
I love it.
Well, 3 years ago I didn't love it. I love it now because here's the replacement.
Yeah.
And this was no small task to recreate. You know?
No. Really pleased how it came out, though.
I am too. You know, obviously I haven't seen it in person, but
You're about to.
yep. Yeah, it's so cool.
A little dusty because these blankets have been
Uh-huh.
all over the place.
Yep.
Yep, this is all nicely painted. It's just so dirty from hauling it.
Well, it's going to get snowed on and rained on. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to ask you. On the end of that post, it's going to get a little snow that slides off the roof on it.
built for exterior. Everything in it's
The snow load won't hurt it at all? Okay.
nope. It's all UL 96 exterior wet location rated.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
And so every one of these letters is white, but the color of the light is inside the letter, right?
Correct.
So whatever the color was is what comes through.
Well, it's translucent white, so you could tint it by putting a blue LED or something,
Yeah.
but it's white LED
Right.
and it's translucent white acrylic, so it transmits a lot of the light through.
Right. But like here, these are like red, right?
No.
red- No, that's all white.
It's all white, just like in your white light bulbs. And the real sign was white too.
Gotcha.
It's just on a red background.
It's not a red background. That's right.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is you and I are going to lift up this side.
Okay.
We're going to pivot it around and we're going to set it upright on there.
Pivot it around.
Put it around this way,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to tip it up onto this bracket.
Onto those flat brackets.
This whole plate.
So then it'll be standing vertical like this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, and we're good to let it sit there a minute.
Okay.
Just want to give it a quick inspection. This is where the arrow bolts on through
Okay.
here. That's our wire way.
Okay. And that's our one wire for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And how long is that wire?
I think it's like 20 feet.
Okay. So that'll go in and we can go straight down the pole, and then I can run an extension cord over to it, or I can go extension cord across the top to it and drop down.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, a box would be nice with a switch on it. This has a switch for servicing because it's like built to be UL compliant.
Yeah.
So, but that'll be
And
either.
is that a master on off?
Yeah, so that you can service it while it's still got power. Like usually these are hardwired in.
Sure. So if the guy needs to get up on a crane or whatever and work on it.
Like any appliance, a heat pump, whatever, it's
Yeah.
always the same. You can kill it at the appliance. And
Yeah.
okay, so 4 inches back from the faces on both sides. Well, those carriers you can take out if you ever needed to change out the LEDs
Okay.
and work on them on your bench.
And they weren't going to do that?
They were going to make it a little more difficult to get at it, like reaching in through grab holes and stuff. And I'm like, nah, it's just too much work.
Yeah, just make it removable.
So this whole bottom piece right here is removable. They were going to have you reaching up in there. I'm like, why? Let's just do it. The fasteners this way actually serves two purposes: easier to service and looks better
Right, looks correct.
for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want 2 of those there and 2 over here, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, so then...
So I think to make this safer so we don't hit any painted surfaces, we'll slide it all the way till this edge is like an inch from here and just tip it.
Okay.
We'll tip it all the way to me, and then that side can get lifted up and we'll just move it over.
Okay.
Or we could go back that way. What do you think?
Well, if this side needs to be on this side when we're done, wouldn't we want to slide it this way and tip it that way?
That's fine too. Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I'm in a better position if I'm on the ground or if I'm up there.
Right. So
Push. Stabilize it.
yeah. So let's just lean it back now.
And don't pull the bottom.
Yeah, but not right now. You'll tip.
Okay.
You'll knock me off the pallet.
Okay.
I'm gonna come down, and now I can take it.
Okay.
So, let's walk it back to you on this front of this bracket. Not too fast. Okay. Now, when we do this, we want to try and get the arrow points hanging over the edge. Are you
Correct.
able to?
Well, I'm gonna have to.
lift it?
I'm gonna
Could
have
you?
to come down here.
We might want to get a third on this. What do you think?
Let me just see how heavy it is.
Because I will not be able to stabilize the top if you. Oh, Ben. Oh shit. Use my head there. Okay, come on. Back towards the forklift. A little more. Towards the forklift. There you go. Okay, set her down.
Sorry.
Caught it with my head.
Yeah, I caught it with my elbow socket. All right, and here is now the big reveal, the nighttime view. Oh yeah. I'm not sure how well that shows up on camera. Hopefully good. It definitely lights up everything pretty rad. I'm not sure you guys can see me or not, but that's the nighttime view, and couldn't be happier. There's one more piece to the puzzle that's going to go in the shop. We'll show you guys that tomorrow. Just look at it though. If I back up, so when you drive up to the shop, this is now what you're going to see. Couldn't be happier and more thankful for my friends that helped me out with all this stuff. So cool. Alright, we'll see you guys. Alright, so I'm not sure if I showed you guys it up in the daytime. I'm going to see if I can have Patrick, Patrick's the editor in case you guys don't know. He's the guy who does all my editing. See if he's going to drop down below in the video somewhere some pictures of the original neon sign. It's all restored now, so you can get an idea of what we modeled it after. But there it is on the building. So when you pull up to the shop, it's right there. It's pretty cool. Super happy with the way it turned out. It's pretty big. It's about 6 feet tall. It's about 7 feet wide, just to give you guys perspective. Now there's another piece to this puzzle, just so you know. There was a parts and service sign, and that parts and service, dog likes to get gravel all over my walkway here. That's your fault. Why do you do that? There's another parts and service sign that went on the dealership building, and I saved that one too, and we remade that one as well. I'll show you guys. You see that right there. Right up there it says service day and night, right next to the Yankum Ropes sign. So that's the other sign that was part of the original puzzle, and I made that one too, and we kept that up here, put that one inside. So anyway, working on a bunch of stuff in here. That'll be more videos for you guys later. So that's the end of the sign video. Super happy about it. I'm really glad that we have it up on the shop now. It really adds a nice finishing touch to the shop. So thank you guys for watching. We'll follow up with a bunch more stuff here soon, and we'll see you on the next one.